So the Autumn Nation Series officially kicks off this weekend. A huge fixture ahead of us. England take on the All Blacks. England looking to revenge their losses earlier this year to the All Blacks. And All Blacks, like any team, will want to start off their end-of-year tour strong. I'm going to try my best to predict the All Blacks squad, what the Matchday 23 is going to look like. As always, this is up for discussion. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Am I close to it? Am I on the ball? Do I know anything about rugby? Let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe while you're there. Let's get into it. I predicted All Blacks team to take on England this weekend in Twickenham, but it's now called the Allianz Stadium in England nonetheless. Here we go. Ethan de Groot, Cody Taylor and Tyrell Lomax up front. Then Tupuvai and Patrick Tuipulotu locks. Gone with Scott Barrett, Ardie Savia and Wallace Atiti. Scott Barrett, captain. 9 and 10 of Cortez Ratima and Damien McKenzie. Then centres, Geordie Barrett, Rico Ioane, and back three of Caleb Clark, Will Jordan, and Beauden Barrett. A bench, Asofo Moa, Alpha Tonga Fassi, Tamaiti Williams, Sam Darry, Sam Kane, Cam Roygard, Anton Linder-Brown, and Mark Talia. It's a strong squad. You're probably thinking, what is this guy smoking? What is he up to with some of those decisions? But we're going to get into it. Let's get into some of the reasons why. So front row, Ethan de Groot, Cody Taylor, Tyrell Lomax. It's been your starting front row all season. All of the big games, the Rugby Championship, the England tests, these guys were your starters and played really well. I don't see anyone else. I don't see them. There's no reason why they would be dropped, or no one has really put their hand up to pass them, to overtake them in that regard. So they've been really strong scrummaging-wise. Cody Taylor is probably your most... He's been technically your best hooker by far. His line-out throws, unreal. He's good with ball in hand down the edges as well. So really fits that hooking role, but how the All Blacks want to use their hooker. Like when you look at the others, like Almoa, really good with ball in hand, but his line-out throws aren't the best. George Bell, very inexperienced. So whether they bring him on the bench maybe over Almoa, just because I think technically he's a better hooker with line-out throws being, obviously it's your number one role. Number one job as a hooker is to throw well at line-outs. Everything else is kind of byproduct to that. So that's, my front row. Then my locks, Tupuvai and Patrick Tuipulotu. So I've gone with this, okay. Keep in mind England's line-out threat and how much the All Blacks struggled earlier this year against England at line-out time. That's why I've gone with the two locks, but then Scott Barrett at back row. But he's a lock or a good jumper in the line-outs as well. So I've gone with Tupuvai in the back end of that Rugby Championship was fantastic. Really good. That donkey work around the field, hitting rucks, making a ton of tackles, good at line-out time as well. And then I think someone like Patrick Tuipulotu just brings that extra bit of physicalness, if that's a word. Tough with ball in hand, loves to carry the ball, bigger body as well, so adds a bit of weight to that pack. But then good in the line-out, good in part of the leadership group as well, I'm thinking. How well he played last week versus Japan gets him the nod here. Look, they probably won't go with this breakup of the forwards, but I'm just looking at how well England's line-out was and how much All Blacks struggled with the line-out. So I've gone with an extra line-out option here. So my back row, Scott Barrett, Ardie Savia and Wallace Atiti. Scott Barrett, obviously captain. Look, I don't know if they'll go with this. I'm just sticking my head out, If they do go with this option, you know, and I say it a lot, that Razor and Jason Ryan have been watching the YouTube channel. Look, I don't know if they'll go with this. They could go with Sammy Penny-Fee now, or they could go with the back row that we're used to seeing with Wallace Atiti, Sam Kane, and Ardie Savia. I just think because of that, the line-out problems they were having versus England earlier this year, they could go with this option. Like Scott Barrett, man, what he brings, he's almost hidden as a lock. He's still bringing you a lot of value as a lock, but on the side of the scrum, he's bringing you everything he's bringing you as a lock when he's playing lock, but now he's a bit more looser. He can run around the park a bit more, get more ball in hand, hit a few more rucks, I think. And then he's giving you that extra line-out option, which is very, very important, especially versus this English side. Wallace Atiti and Ardie Savea, you know what you're getting from those guys. I think we saw Wallace Atiti at 8th man on the weekend versus Japan and how good that is, how good he is in that roaming role, getting around the park, getting the ball in hand a bit more often. And we know what Ardie Savea brings. Again, it doesn't matter where you're playing Ardie Savea. I think he's a 7 and should be playing there. And with Wallace Atiti there, man, like, yes, there's argument for Sam Cane coming in, but we also know that this is Sam Cane's last hurrah with the All Blacks. They need to be looking at who's next up. So let's bring these guys and let's Wallace and Ardie. So Ardie's still going to be around until the next World Cup. Obviously, Satiti is as well. Like, let these guys be playing together. And I think Wallace Satiti is an 8. I think he's an 8. So I've gone with that back row option. Also, Ethan Blackadder and Dalton Papali'i, I think they're still in doubt. I'm not sure if those guys are fit. So, or Luke Jacobson. One of them has been ruled out. I'm not sure which one it was, but 2 of them, they're still unsure about their fitness. So I've gone with that back row. My 9 and 10, Cortez Ratima and Damien McKenzie, Chiefs connection. We know what they do together really well, gel well together. I thought McKenzie played well last week versus Japan. Again, a lot of guys saying that he didn't play too well. At the back end of the game, where the game got a bit loosey-goosey, they'd made, just before then, all their changes. So a whole new kind of front row come in, a lot of new forwards came in, backline players come in. And when you're scoring over 50 points in a game, there's in sections of it where you're going to lose a bit of focus. So let's not call for his head too soon. I thought he played well, and he missed 3 kicks out of 10, so 7 out of 10. And I think McKenzie gets the nod there. My centres, I've gone with Jordie Barrett and Rieko Ioane. I did hear news that Barrett is cleared and ready to go. So if not, they'll bring Anton Leonard-Brown straight in there. But if he's ready to go, play him. Rieko Ioane has been playing outside centre, and Robertson Razor likes him there at outside centre. I still believe he's a wing, but what do I know about rugby? Rieko Ioane in at centre. Look, he's building there. It's definitely, if he can click at centre, man, we know what he does with ball in hand. He's really, really good. Just learning those ins and outs of, especially in the defense side of it, being an outside center, because you kind of rule the defense structure for your team. And it's such a hard, difficult position to defend at. So you've got your center, you've got blind wingers coming around, you've got the outside wing, you've got a fullback coming in. There's that many options that you have to look at and make a quick split-second decision. So it's a very difficult position to defend in. But he's getting better and better as he goes. In my back 3 of Caleb Clark, Will Jordan, and Beauden Barrett. Caleb Clark goes without saying, he's made that 11 jersey his own. Really good finishing, obviously. That's what you want from your wingers. But what he brings to the team in first phase is second to none. We're seeing a lot more teams playing, not really doing too much as a set-piece play or first phase. First phase is ideally just to get over that vantage line, and then using that second, third phase to run sort of set plays and little moves off of. And if you've got someone like Caleb Clark setting that first phase, him or Jordie Barrett, these guys are always getting over that vantage line. You need those bigger bodies, and you need those guys to set the tone for first phase. So they'll use him for sure off the line out, off the back of the line out, off the back of the scrum. Really, really good, and bigger body there. And then Will Jordan and Beauden Barrett. Like Will Jordan, you know what you're getting from him. Yes, they've said he's a fullback who can play wing. I still think he's a gun on the wing. Whether he plays at fullback maybe, then Beauden Barrett goes to the bench and he can cover that fullback and 10 position. Mark Talia maybe comes onto the team there. Who knows how they'll go with that. I still like Bowden at fullback. He's still got plenty to offer this All Black side. Again, whether it's off the bench or starting, it doesn't really matter. You just need him in your side. Then the bench, kind of the bomb squad, if you will. Again, I need to be more clued up on my props. They probably play the same position, Alpha and Tamaiti, but Tossie could come in there to swap one of them out, or Fletcher Newell to swap one of them out. And then Darry and Sam Cane, again, another locking option with Darry there, Sam Cane, just bringing that experience on later on. Cam Roygard, hopefully can get a crack against the England side. Yeah, I think they'll go with that. Just an excitement machine at the back end of the game. And then Anton Lienert-Brown is covering your centre/wing, and Mark Talia wing. You've got guys, Bowden Barrett can cover fly off, Will Jordan covers fullback. Everyone is covered there. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. What do you think? Who should be in there? Who shouldn't? Do I know anything? What changes would you make? Hit that subscribe while you're there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.